Okay, yeah, it's pretty warm out here. No, I don't need to zoom in, that's the last thing I need to do. Yeah, it's pretty warm out here on the balcony, but very pleasant. It's nice and cool inside though, the aircon's working well. As you can tell, there's a hell of a lot of noise out in the street. It's not exactly a quiet place to be. Every second building seems to be in a renovation phase at the moment. And over there, of course, you can see the chapel of my favourite church. And speaking of noise, the bell ringer I mentioned happens to have a habit of ringing the bells at about precisely 4:22 a.m. and p.m. The p.m. I can live with, but not the a.m. I mean, that is... Who needs to be woken up at 4:22 in the morning? Apparently, I assume, as I say again, I think it's a Catholic church. They believe you should. Very strange. I didn't know that was part of the Catholic church culture. I don't know if that's a widespread thing or it could be just some sort of a spin-off denomination. Who knows? I'm not au fait with religion. I'm hopeless in that area. It's not my forte, so I wouldn't have a clue. But yeah, it's quite warm up here. There's been this really loud sound coming from the roof, and I've had to actually tell the owner. He's in Poland, but he responded almost instantly once I emailed him, and he told the maintenance guy to check it out. He's supposed to be doing it today. See, buzz saws. It's incredible, the noise up here. He's supposed to be doing it today, but I haven't heard anything yet. There's also, to add to the wonderful ambience, which you can hear, presumably, it's a very good mic in this camera, also a dog barking next door. I think it must be a flat next door, though I'm freestanding there. I don't know where it's coming from. It can't be coming right next door because there's nothing here. This is the top of the building. But I can hear a dog barking. I heard it whimpering one other night as well. Other little hassle, of course, is the internet's always up and down like a yo-yo. It's back on running at the moment, but it's been offline for a few hours, and I've needed it because I need to keep an email contact with my conveyancer, because I'm trying to. I've supposedly sold my apartment in Melbourne, but it's subject to finance, and I can't get a yes or no from the other solicitor regarding that situation. So it's a bit of a... I'm biting the nails until Friday next week, which is how long they've got to in the contract to provide to get that finance. If they can't do it by then, I guess, I don't know, maybe they lose their deposit. I'm not sure what happens, or they just... I'm not sure there's actually any financial penalty for it, or they just can pull out, but I think it'd have to be some penalty. But I'm not really sure. I don't buy and sell properties every day, and this is all fairly new to me at the moment. Yeah, sorry about the background noise, but this is just typical. It's not so bad inside the flat. That sound's not coming through, but there's this rattling tin sound above, on the roof above, and that's a bit disquieting too. Last night I went back to Jungle Bar. I'd sort of taken a fancy to the manager there, and we seemed to get on really well. She was a bit crook the previous night, and I got her some medication, and she's quite grateful for that. She also appreciated the good neck massage. I thought we'd get on really well, but I come back the next day, and it just it's like mood change. And I know there was a couple of other customers in there that she was pretty friendly with as well. So it's probably just her professional stick. And I guess it's the old bar, the curse of the bar girl syndrome. They're professional teasers and cajolers and manipulators of male emotion. That's what they do for a living. So, it's the more and more I see of it. There's only a couple of people I know that have been consistently good. There's actually one that was from the number 5 bar. She's all right. She's a Jungle Bar, and she's been consistently friendly. And she calls me a friend. I don't know what that means in their parlance, but she's all right. But the other two are the ones at Vinyl Bar, which is a Win. Win's always been nice, and she's a manager at Vinyl. and the other one is Cairn. It was a funny day because I actually walked. I had trouble with my mobile phone, which was annoying the crap out of me. It had no service listed, and I had no idea why that was the case. I actually topped it up at one of the at a Circle K, I think it was a Circle K. You can top up the cards. You just can't get the SIM cards from those outlets, which I find absolutely frustrating. But anyway. They did top it up for me for 50,000, which isn't much. 50,000 donks, $2.50 Australian, something like that. And I was hoping that would give you service, but it didn't. So then I was going to go to MobiFone, and I've heard there's varying reports on Google reviews regarding their customer service. So I found out where it was, and it's sort of on the way to the bar, so it wasn't too bad. It was just past the Notre Dame Cathedral, which is a big tourist icon over here. And I get there about 5:30 or 6, and the bloody place is closed for renovation. There's a couple of guys hanging out front, and all I can do is point to other addresses for MobiFone, but of course it's useless to me because I don't know all the streets. If I recognised it, it would have been okay, but I only know a few streets in the city, even though I've been here a few times. So that was no good to me. So I just went straight to Jungle Bar. And one of the bar girls, she's quite nice. One I got on well with. She actually fiddled with my phone for me. She couldn't do anything, but she said, "Look, you should just change your SIM." And I said, "Look, I have taken it out before and it didn't work." So I said, well, what the hell, I got nothing to lose. So I did it once more. I blew on it, just on the circuit part of the actual SIM card, shoved it back in, and voila, the thing worked. So which is actually good, because if MobiFone had been open, I might have been waiting there for a half hour or longer to get customer service. So it actually worked out rather well. So Jungle Bar was good to me that way. I had a mini happy hour with them, which is you have unlimited grog from 5 through till 8. I got there a little after 6 and only had 4 beers, and once the manager, Rita, that's her English name anyway, I perceived her to give me the cold shot. I thought, I'm getting out of here. And so I went to Vinyl, and things did pick up, and it was much better. And Vinyl was packed. Vinyl Bar was absolutely chockers. And it was a Wednesday night, and I had got no idea. And I asked them, is it because you're playing darts that night? Because they get a big crowd when they get darts. And daggy as it sounds, it's actually quite popular. But no, it wasn't that. They just had a huge crowd. Well, it doesn't have to be much of a crowd to fill out Vinyl Bar. It's really a narrow shop front. But yeah, it was good there, and Win was there, and Ha was there, and as a new girl, she's actually quite nice too. And actually, they're all pretty good there, So look, I've decided I'm just forget about number 5 bar where it's hot and cold. Some nights you'll have great nights there. The other thing I don't like about number 5 bar too now is that I used to be able to have a casual game of pool. You could be pretty crappy and you could play with it with bar girls who were pretty similar, quality to my pool playing, which is not great. But I mean, I played like a dog this time. I've lost all 3 games I played. The guys, I'll give you an example what level we're talking about. These guys are English teachers, Aussie English teachers, and they're so dedicated. They play in actual competitions amongst in other bars, and they have their own cue sticks in their little boxes. So that gives you an idea of the sort of people I was playing. Of course, I got wiped by then. And the last game I played, last time I was at number 5 bar earlier in the week, I played this Asian guy. I was hoping to play the bar girl, but I didn't get an opportunity to do that. I played this Asian guy who was a real asshole about it. He beat me, and he wasn't very nice. And he actually took a long time between shots, which is really rude. I mean, I had to wait 5 minutes at least between shots. This guy was just having a chat with his mate and having a drink. And then he says, this is a pretty crappy game. And then he beat me, and I just begrudgingly shook hands with him because I thought he was just being a prick. And it's all changed. It used to be you could just have a casual game of pool at number 5 bar, but right now it just seems as if it's been taken over by hardcore pool players, which is a bit of a shame, I think. Again, I'm sorry about this noise. It's just unrelenting. It's actually worse up here probably than ground level, but there's so many of these places around here are being renovated. I wanted to just shoot a fairly short video up on the balcony though, because it is a nice area. Of course, the cleaning girl came in unannounced again yesterday. I just heard her voice, and she just she just wandered in when she felt like it. She came out here to actually do the plants, to just water them. Of course, another quirky thing about this place is this door here. I cannot quite work out how to actually lock it. I have locked it, but it's got a key and a latch, and I'm not quite see how they work together with one another, but it's a bit weird, but I'm getting used to weird here. Oh, I made an absolute idiot of myself with access to this place too. You've got an access card for the lift, and you also have this remote to get you into the actual building. It opens the roller door. I just kept pressing it like that. What I should have done is slid it down like that. It's actually concealing the buttons, and I didn't know that. And I just thought I got another dud remote. Yeah, so the girl pointed it out to me and made me look like a total idiot, which I probably am for not knowing that. So these are all the little quirks that we have coming out here. I tried a couple of other new places today, mainly because the one I've been going to was absolutely packed. I couldn't even get a seat there. So it is good value, but the other place was good value too. And the only problem with the last place I went to get my soup was that she's got her tables next to the wall going out to the street down that way, down the alleyway, and the problem with that is there was water dripping down from the wall, so I was getting a little bit of water on the tables and what have you. So yeah, well, but I wanted to have a decent amount of food today, and I didn't get that big a meal at the other place. I mean, it was only 55,000 for a meatball, because I had meatballs, and I give you one individual meatball, and I also ordered pork and rice, and it wasn't that much. It was a pretty small meal, and I guess you can get that over here. It's fairly standard. And whereas Stanley, for the same money, I'd get a lot more food. So Stanley's very good value, and I think I'll go to Stanley's tomorrow. Just do one last thing there. But I'll just leave you with the dulcet tones of the buzz saws and the carpentry and all the other crap that's taking place here. Yep, just a new source of noise pollution every 5 minutes.